Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Two-Way Street Coffee House. My name is Jennifer, and we have been having live music in this room every Friday night for 53 years now. So yeah, it's a very, very special place. Yes, so by a show of hands, how many is it your first time here? Wow. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are so glad to have you. Please come back again. This is an all-volunteer operation. It has always been that way. Tonight we have Randy doing sound, and we have Debbie and Chris behind the counter serving up snacks and coffee, and Joel out there is helping with the door ticket sales. So tonight we have, John's not here tonight, but hopefully he'll be joining us soon. So tonight we have Brittany Jean. She's originally from West Chicago, so local, yeah. But now she is in the Pacific Northwest, I think Seattle, right? No?
I'll tell you all about it.
Oh, she's going to tell us all about it. So we're thrilled to have her. You might have heard her this week on Folk Festival on WDCB, Lily Kuzma's radio show. She's also going to be at the Woodstock Folk Festival this Sunday. So don't forget, there's flyers on your table to talk about the Woodstock Folk Festival. There's more on the rack outside. So please don't forget to come to the Woodstock Folk Festival. It's going to be amazing. But right now, we're going to hear from Brittany. Welcome.
There's a young man that I know, his age is 21. He comes from down in southern Colorado, just out of the service, and he's looking for his fun someday soon, going with him someday soon. My parents cannot stand him, 'cause he rides the rodeo. My father says that he will leave me crying, but I would follow him right down the toughest road I know, someday soon, going with him someday soon. When he comes to call, my pa ain't got a good word to say. Guess it's 'cause he's just as wild in the younger days. So blow your warm blue northern, blow my love to me. He's driving in tonight from California. He loves his darn old rodeo as much as he loves me. Someday soon, going with him someday soon. When he comes to call, my pa ain't got a good word to say. Guess it's 'cause he's just as wild in the younger days. So blow your warm blue northern, blow my love to me. He's driving in tonight from California. He loves his darn old rodeo as much as he loves me. Someday soon, going with him someday soon. Someday soon, going with him
Thank you very much. Well, I'm going to be singing some of my own songs tonight, but quite a few favorites that I love. And if you hear anything tonight that sounds familiar and you feel like singing along, please do so. I love that. And I saw the face you just made. I love it. So feel free. I do ask one favor, though, and that is that if you do feel like singing along, please sing the song that I am singing. I took my love, I took it down. Climbed a mountain and I turned around, and I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hills, till the landslide brought me down. Oh, mirror in the sky, what is love? Can the child within my heart rise above? Can I sail through the changing ocean tides? Can I handle the seasons of my life? Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I build my life around you. But time makes you bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Well, I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I build my life around you. But time makes you bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Take my love, take it down. Oh, climb a mountain and then turn around. And if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, well, the landslide will bring it down. If you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, well, the landslide will bring it down. Oh, the landslide will bring me down. Thank you. So yes, I am from this area, but now I live in Washington State. And if you're familiar with Washington State, you might be familiar with Chelan or Wenatchee, and I don't live too far from there. My town is really small, and it's basically like living in an apple and cherry orchard. And not too far down the road from where I live, there's this beautiful piece of property. It's right in between. There's a mountain on one side and the Columbia River on the other side. And then the highway goes right through. So I pass it all the time. And it's so beautiful. It's so peaceful. And on this piece of land is the most perfect garden I've ever seen in my life. I've never actually seen anybody out there working, but it's clear somebody takes care of it. I think during the fall, when all the leaves fall, I think somebody must go through with a vacuum cleaner because it's just pristine and perfect. And one of my favorite things about this garden is during the summer, they will always have signs, handmade, hand-painted signs that let you know what they have at the garden. And so, for example, it'll say peaches or pumpkins. And my favorite ever is, we have vegetable. One of these days, I will stop there and find out which vegetable. Anyway, all this because I started daydreaming about this garden and the gardener, and I decided that until I know otherwise, his name is Mr. Green.
Dear Mr. Green, you won't remember me for the simple reason we have never met. Been round your garden about 1,000 times. Thought I'd finally take the chance and let you know your poet's paradise is lovely, a kaleidoscope these summer days. Sunfall and all the good it does me, counting all your homemade signs, they say. Oh, strawberries, dahlias, and daisies, heirloom tomatoes, perfect pears and cherries, rows and rows of pretty yellow roses. Take me captive by your gate that never closes. From the road between the river and the mountain, a faded photograph will bring me there again, to your garden. Dear Mr. Green, I've seen the apple trees sway and stay in rhythm with the weather vane. They keep on turning with the season, following the grand design, they're changing you. How can each autumn harvest line be flawless? Though unseen, it's clear you're always there. Such care and sweetening this solace, even fallowed ground, you've made it fair. Ooh. Strawberries, dahlias, and daisies, heirloom tomatoes, perfect pears and cherries, rows and rows of pretty yellow roses. Take me captive by your gate that never closes. From the road between the river and the mountain, a faded photograph will bring me there again, to your garden. Dear Mr. Green, we have a winter scene, but just beyond the quiet months, I know your garden and spring are promising. Oh, strawberries, dahlias, and daisies, heirloom tomatoes, perfect pears and cherries, rows and rows of pretty yellow roses. Take me captive by your gate that never closes. From the road between the river and the mountain, a faded photograph will bring me there again, to your garden. Oh,
Thank you. There we go. I felt like it was just slowly falling. This is not a new song, but it's still fairly new to me. So if you know this one, especially this one, feel free to sing with me.
Bassett Flat and Baton Rouge, heading for the trains, feeling nearly faded as my jeans. Bobby thumbed the diesel down just before it rained, took us all the way to New Orleans. I took my harpoon out of my dirty red bandana and was playing sad while Bobby sang the blues. With those windshield wipers slapping time and Bobby clapping hands, we finally sang up every song that driver knew. Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. Nothing ain't worth nothing, but it's free. Feeling good was easy, Lord, when Bobby sang the blues. Feeling good was good enough for me. Good enough for me and Bobby McGee. From the coal mines of Kentucky to the California sun, Bobby shared the secrets of my soul. Standing right beside me, Lord, through everything I've done. Every night he kept me from the cold. Then somewhere near Salinas, Lord, I let him slip away, searching for the home I hope he'll find. But I trade all my tomorrows for a single yesterday, holding Bobby's memories close to mine. Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. Nothing ain't worth nothing, but it's free. Feeling good was easy, Lord, when Bobby sang the blues. Feeling good was good enough for me. Good enough for me and Bobby McGee. La 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 la, me and Bobby McGee. La 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 la, me and Bobby McGee. La 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 la. Hey hey, Bobby McGee. La 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 la. Hey hey, Bobby McGee. Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. Nothing ain't worth nothing, but it's free. Feeling good was easy, Lord, when Bobby sang the blues. Feeling good was good enough for me. Good enough for me and my Bobby McGee.
You guys sound great. Thank you.
Well, I'm undone, here comes your ghost again. But that's not unusual, it's just that the moon is full and you happen to call. And here I sit, hand on the telephone, hearing a voice I'd known couple of light years ago, heading straight for fall. As I remember, your eyes were bluer than robin's eggs. My poetry was lousy, you said. Where are you calling from? A booth in the Midwest. 10 years ago, I bought you some cufflinks, and you brought me something. We both know what memories can bring. They bring diamonds and rust. Now you burst onto the scene, already a legend, the unwashed phenomenon, the original vagabond. You strayed into my arms, and there you stay, temporarily lost at sea. The Madonna was yours for free. Yes, the girl on the half shell would keep you unharmed. Now I see you standing with brown leaves falling around and snow in your hair. You're smiling out the window of that crummy hotel over Washington Square. Our breath comes out white clouds, mingles and hangs in the air. Speaking strictly for me, we both could have died then and there. Now you're telling me you're not nostalgic. Then give me another word for it. You who are so good with words and at keeping things vague. 'Cause I can use some of that vagueness now, it's all come back too clearly. Yes, I loved you dearly. And if you're offering me diamonds and rust, I've already paid.
Thank you. This next song is my first ever sequel song. And I think all you need to know about part one, because we're just going to skip part one. All you need to know about part one is that it's about seeing someone who's really struggling and going through one of life's storms and saying, hey, let's get out of here. I have these 2 tickets for this mysterious thing called the Mirago machine, and let's go. Let's just get out of town. So this one picks up right after that person has said, okay. I think the only other thing you might need to know before going into this is while we were recording this song, we were in the studio, I was working with a friend, Chip Davis, who he was listening to the song and trying to figure out where he wanted to layer some harmony vocals. We got to the end of the song and he was very quiet, which is a little unusual. And then he finally looked at me and he said, I'm going to have to listen to that again because I need to listen to it again. But first of all, what's going on in your mind, child? So with that, good luck. This is the Mirago Machine 2, Lavender Skies. The machine razzle-dazzled up and down, starting with a town around Mount Shasta. There went a pop and then a rattle, now we're more than sorta lost in Alaska. On the road that we've been touring, just a week or 3 years in, high and dry without a Monda green bobbin. So we placed an order with a lonely haberdasher far from Great Lake, Huron. Tracking progress here only to hear it hasn't yet left Troutdale, Oregon. Could you hear me looking at you with my stormy, troubled eyes? With a smile you pointed up to the sky, and you said, I cannot believe these lavender skies. What a beautiful day to be alive under lavender. Hello, lavender skies. A submarine, they agreed to bring the green to catch me if you can, just down the coast. We hitched a ride with Montgomery McMalcolm to meet the motor power boat. There are too many people in this minivan of purple. Oh, I fear the trip will soon become immortal. Monty said it is a slight right to the left beyond those bittersweets up ahead. Fleur-de-lis comes roundabout, winds chorus shouts of change the station once again. The morning moon outside my window, and I never did see why or how it leads to the far side of goodbye. And I cannot believe these lavender skies. What a beautiful day to be alive under lavender. Hello, lavender skies. Reaching evening tide, the nick of time to wave farewell to friends, and well done, Captain. A bit haphazard, but we're thankful for the help to mend our singular contraption. A precious bobbin now in place, and the mirror go aglow. It is time to get the show back on the road. Oh, I cannot believe these lavender skies. What a beautiful day to be alive. Oh, I cannot believe these lavender skies. What a beautiful day to be alive under lavender. Hello, lavender skies. Thank you. Here's another not new, but I'm just late to the party and it's new to me song. This was one that was written by Michael Peter Smith, and it's called The Dutchman. I hope you like it.
The Dutchman's not the kind of man who keeps his thumb jammed in the dam that holds his dreams in. That's a secret only Margaret knows. When Amsterdam is golden in the summer, Margaret makes him breakfast and she believes him. He thinks the tulips bloom beneath the snow. He's mad as he can be, but Margaret only sees that sometimes. Sometimes she sees her unborn children in his eyes. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuider Zee. Long ago, I used to be a young man, and dear Margaret remembers that for me. The Dutchman still wears wooden shoes. His cap and coat are matched with the glove that Margaret sewed there. Sometimes he thinks he's still in Rotterdam, and he watches tugboats down canals and calls out to them when he thinks he knows the captain. Till Margaret comes to take him home again, through the unforgiving streets that trip him though she holds his arm. Sometimes he thinks he's alone and calls her name. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuider Zee. Long ago, I used to be a young man, and dear Margaret remembers that for me. Now the winter whirls the windmills round. She winds his muffler tighter. They sit in the kitchen. Some tea with whiskey keeps away the dew. And then he sees her for a moment, calls her name. She makes the bed up singing some old love song. She learned it when the song was very new. He hums a line or two. They hum together in the dark. The Dutchman falls asleep and Margaret blows the candles out. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuider Zee. Long ago, I used to be a young man, and dear Margaret remembers that for me. Oh, let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuider Zee. Long ago, I used to be a young man, and dear Margaret remembers that for me. Thank you. A few summers ago, I was playing on Vancouver Island, which is a long way from here, but a lot closer to where I live now.
And I was there for a week, and something very nice about that week was every single place that I was playing, we could take one road to get there. Very helpful and convenient for people from out of town. Although I do believe on an island, which is a pretty small island, probably if we missed our turn, we would get back to it eventually. And yet, every night on our way back to the Airbnb, we just got hopelessly lost. I think they do all of their road construction after 9 o'clock, so every night it was a new detour. I took that experience and I mixed it with a dream to someday I would love to go to Ireland. And if any of you have been to Ireland, don't tell me. I'm just kidding, definitely tell me. I would love to especially go to the West Coast. There's a highway all along the coast called the Wild Atlantic Way, and narrow roads and all. I would love to drive the whole thing.
Everything's closed on Sunday. It's dark and it starts to rain. We're 100 miles along this detour of a road we're on. Waiting for the sheep to cross the cobblestone street. He throws his head back laughing. He says, "Why aren't you as mad as me?" Well, there's no one I'd rather get lost with than you. I don't mind getting lost with you. And if we're gonna get lost, take me to the wild Atlantic way. They'll say, "There go those Americans, wrong side of the road again." Trainers, backwards, baseball hats, about 1,025 maps. Let's get lost in every castle on a rim we see. Take all the whimsy byways hidden just for you and me, okay? 'Cause there's no one I'd rather get lost with than you. I don't mind getting lost with you. And if we're gonna get lost, take me to the wild Atlantic way. If we're gonna get lost, we are gonna get lost. Take me to the wild Atlantic way.
Thank you. Yes, okay. Well, I have a couple of songs, and then we'll have a short break, but there's more music to come. Thank you all so much for coming out tonight and for singing with me on the Dutchman. That never happens. I was in the grocery store recently, and I heard a song playing, and I recognized it, but I couldn't place what it was. And every time I would turn an aisle, I wasn't really paying attention to what I was there for. I was just trying to figure out, what is that song? Until I heard one line that popped it all into place. And that line had to do with having clouds in my coffee. You know this song.
You walked into the party like you were walking onto a yacht. Your hat strategically dipped below an eye. Your scarf was apricot. You had one eye in the mirror as you watched yourself covered. And all the girls dreamed that they'd be your partner, they'd be your partner, and you're so vain. You probably think this song is about you, you're so vain. I'll bet you think the song is about you, don't you, don't you? You had me several years ago when I was still quite naive. But you said that we made such a pretty pair and that you would never leave. But you gave away the things you loved, and one of them was me. I had some dreams, they were clouds in my coffee, clouds in my coffee, and you're so vain. You probably think the song is about you, you're so vain. I bet you think the song is about you, don't you, don't you? I had some dreams, they were clouds in my coffee, clouds in my coffee, and you're so vain. You probably think the song is about you, you're so vain. I bet you think the song is about you, don't you, don't you? I hear you went up to Saratoga and your horse naturally won. Then you flew your Learjet up to Nova Scotia to see the total eclipse of the sun. Well, you're where you should be all the time, and when you're not, you're with some underworld spy pouring clouds in my coffee, clouds in my coffee, and you're so vain. You probably think the song is about you, you're so vain. I'll bet you think the song is about you, don't you, don't you? You probably think this song is about you.
Something I am very entertained by is that I have heard that that song is about many different people. So I've heard Warren Beatty, I've heard James Taylor, I've heard Mick Jagger, and I have a feeling they all think the song is about them. So one of my all-time favorite singer-songwriters is Gordon Lightfoot. Are there any Gordon Lightfoot fans here? Me too.
Where the long river flows, it flows by my window. Where the tall timber grows, it grows round my door. Where the mountains meet the sky and the white clouds fly. Where the long river flows by my window. There's a tiny bird that calls, and it calls by my window. There's a lonely tear that falls, and it falls round my door. But when the sun is high, there's no time to cry. Now if only you could see the closing of the day, if only you could be where the dawn breaks away by the white cascade, oh, down in the glade where the long river flows by my window. Well, when this land was made, it was made full of wonder. But one woman's love you can't understand, that I'd give mine all to you if your love is true, where the long river flows by my window. One woman's love you can understand, where the long river flows by my window. Thank you.
Fantastic. Let's hear it for Brittany. Wonderful. Okay, we're going to take about a 10 to 15 minute break. The restrooms are down the hall and on your left. And we have some merch over here, which I'm sure Brittany Jean would be thrilled if she didn't have to bring those all the way back to Washington. So now is also a great time to check out all the flyers on your table. You can see who's coming up in the coming weeks here. We have some really great performers coming through. You can also find out about our sing-arounds and song circles that we have in this room. And we'll see you in about 10 to 15 minutes.
goes down 2 blocks of Lincoln, and that's where the stage is. No, most of my friends did. Almost everybody. Yeah, as volunteers, we get points. When you volunteer for a show, then you can apply to it. That's $2 for something. You gotta pay a parking car. I know. Because there's parking
Tuesday. Yeah, because I'm coming up from Orland. But did you share anything about like how you got started or anything? I kind of came in late to the story.
I didn't share too much just because the music is one of those.
Is it a family thing though?
A little bit, yeah. So my mom is
I do too, but I'm still here.
I know. I wish I could still do that. Oh my gosh, it makes me cry. It's like sitting in the living room. It was great. But Taylor, when you were singing the violet or not the lavender skies, Taylor goes, "Shh, this is my favorite part." Yes. I'm hoping that we can still come next week. We accidentally went to the Amish house today. Interrupted their dinner. Yeah, I just got the locations. I can't keep track of anything. They did. It was wonderful. You like you came all this way anyway? Yes, it was wonderful. So glad we did.
All right, everybody. If we want to settle back into our seats, we're going to have another set from Brittany Jean. So.
Well, now that I know there are so many Gordon Lightfoot fans here tonight, this is a song that I wrote as a thank you to him for his music. I grew up in a house where his albums were played just about every day. My dad was and is a Gordon Lightfoot fan, and thanks to him, I became a Gordon Lightfoot fan. So I was not able to give this song to him, but I'm very happy to be able to sing it for you tonight. This is Lightfoot. The minstrel came to call almost every single night from the corner of the room in the candlelight. He told stories like a needle and a thread, spinning golden pictures in my head, capturing the iron road and those who tied the steel in colors deep beneath a time no longer real. Over prairie and the muskeg, the unknown distant trail, Fairland's memories all rendered on the rail, waiting to sail. Aboard his smiling silver heels, a summer breeze to feel high seas along her keel. Setting course the world one time for a place to lay my head and sense the peace of an ocean bottom bed. Have you shared the danger in the rounding of the horn to reach the quiet comfort of her floor? With a warming wind and a turning of the tide, will you join the children in their midnight ride? The troubadour has claimed you, and once again you'll find prairie lights and stealing stars
are sailing through your mind. Remembering the captain's men who were lost in freezing rain, a prayer for children then and now who still remain. I will climb blue rocky mountains, her shadowed moon abeam, wander through the changes that lead to summer dreams, hoping to find that old winding river mill and rolling hills of bitter green that linger still. Then across the rippling sea to the midnight meadowland, to listen oh so closely once again. Have you shared the danger in the rounding of the horn to reach the quiet comfort of her floor? With a warming wind and a turning of the tide, will you join the children in their midnight ride? The troubadour has claimed you, and once again you'll find prairie lights and steel and stars are sailing through your mind. The minstrel came to call almost every single night from the corner of the room in the candlelight. He told stories like a needle and a thread, spinning golden pictures in my head. In the early morning rain, with $1 in my hand, with an aching in my heart, and my pockets full of sand, I'm a long way from home, and I miss my loved ones so. In the early morning rain, with no place to go, out on runway number 9, big 707 set to go. But I'm stuck here on the grass, where the cold winds are blow. Well, the living was good, and the time went by fast. Well, there she goes, my friend, there she's rolling down at last. Hear the mighty engines roar, see the silver bird on high. She's away and westward bound, far above the clouds she'll fly, where the morning rain don't fall and the sun always shines. She'll be flying o'er my home in about 3 hours' time. This old airport's got me down. It's no earthly good to me. 'cause I'm stuck here on the ground, cold and dark as I can be. You can't jump a jet plane like you can a freight train, so I'd best be on my way in the early morning rain. You can't jump a jet plane like you can a freight train, so I'd best be on my way in the early morning rain.
Thank you. A few years ago, I had a very fun opportunity to open for a band in New York City, a little indie band by the name of Three Dog Night. You've heard of them. Well, I'm very embarrassed to admit to you that at the time, I did not know who they were. So I was talking to my mom and dad, asking them what they thought of this and if this was something I should do, and they didn't even answer me. They just started singing songs I'd never heard before. And then they sang a couple that I did recognize, like Jeremiah was a bullfrog. And I thought, oh. And then one is the loneliest number. And I said, oh, that's them? Well, we're going, right? So we did. And it was a really fun night and a really fun show. Figuring out what I wanted to play that night, I really wanted to play this next song, but a friend advised me against it. He said, oh, you might not want to play that in New York City. But I can be stubborn, and I decided I was going to play it anyway. And they were great sports about it.
Please come to Boston with the springtime. I'm staying with some friends and they've got lots of room. You can sell your paintings on the sidewalk by a cafe where I hope to be working soon. Please come to Boston, she said. No, boy, won't you come home to me? She said, rambling boy, why don't you settle down? Boston ain't your kind of town. There ain't no gold and there ain't nobody like me. I'm the #1 fan of the man from Tennessee. Please come to Denver with the snowfall. We can move up into the mountains so far we can't be found, and throw I love you echoes down the canyon, and then lie awake at night till they come back around. Please come to Denver, she said. No, boy, won't you come home to me? She said, rambling boy, why don't you settle down? Denver ain't your kind of town. There ain't no gold and there ain't nobody like me. I'm the #1 fan of the man from Tennessee. Now this drifter's world goes round and round, and I doubt that it's ever gonna stop. But in all the things I've lost and found, in all that I ain't got, I still need to cling to somebody I can sing to. Please come to LA and live forever. California life alone is just too hard to build. I live in a house that looks out over the ocean. And there's some stars that fell from the sky living up on the hill. Please come to LA. She said, no, boy, would you come home to me? She said, rambling boy, why don't you settle down? LA can't be your kind of town. There ain't no gold and there ain't nobody like me. I'm the #1 fan of the man from Tennessee. I'm the #1 fan of the man from Tennessee.
Thank you. This next song is one that I wrote in 2020, and that's probably all you need to know. I won't linger on the subject of that year, of which we will not speak, but I read a story. I remember I was reading a story about a theater in New York, and they were telling about the tradition that I didn't know about this, that theater has, which is when a production closes, they'll leave a light on somewhere in the auditorium. And it's called a ghost light. And this ghost light is left on until the next play begins. And so this theater was talking about it in a way that it was a promise that they would return. And I needed one of those myself. And that is what this song became, in hope that this would come back. And I'm so glad that it has. But this is Bluebird. I hope you like it.
A chain is on the door to the auditorium, the one imagined by Adler, Peck, and Sullivan. The banner by the window says they've closed down, but just beyond that stonework, hear a sweet sound. There's a bluebird who serenades the theater in a hollow room of empty shadows where snow falls upon the seats below, and a ghost light burns for another silent night. In more than 20 years, it may be marvelous again. The house might hold wonder and a crowd again by then. And maybe I can learn to be so lonely, knowing that a day will come, even if slowly. There's a bluebird who serenades the theater in a hollow room of empty shadows where snow falls upon the seats below, and a ghost light for another silent night. Come nightfall, the bluebird has a friend. The ghost light and paper and a pen. She sings with all her heart to the fading summer moon. I'll wait, I'll wait, I won't forget you soon. There's a bluebird in a hollow room of empty shadows where snow falls upon the seats below, and a ghost light burns for another silent night. I'm a Bluebird. Thank you. A couple of years back, that's how all of my songs start. A couple of years ago, a lot of things happened a couple of years ago. I was in Northern California to see the Redwood Forest for the first time, and instantly I fell in love with that place. If you've never been, it's definitely worth it. Since we were very close, we drove a little bit farther south to Point Reyes Park, and we set out on a 14-mile hike of up and down mountains to see Alamir Falls, which the special thing about Alamir Falls is during high tide, it falls directly into the ocean. So it's kind of a unique spot. But the last mile is on the beach, so my legs were already so tired from this part that walking in the sand I was very close to saying, you know what, I'll wait here. I'm just going to meet me back at the car. That's where I'll be. But then we could see the waterfall in the distance, and like the Redwood Forest, it was very worth it and very beautiful, which was wonderful, but it was also very relieving because I had already written Alamir Falls into a song. This song is all about that person or those people who, as soon as they walk into a room, everything is a million times brighter. This is Golden Hour. I can tell when you're smiling on the phone. You said the lighthouse, meet me at daybreak. If you were a time of year, I'd call you September, when the trees change. So this morning we are somewhere on the coast, and I surrender to this runaway train. If you were a time of day, I'd know you forever at sunrise. Is that strange? When everything is red and golden, wearing my best dress, I'm holding my breath in a field of 1,000 sunflowers. Oh, honey, you are golden, golden, golden. You are golden hour. I don't mind where the day may go from here if we find Alamere Falls by sunset. If you were a time of year, I'd call you September when the trees change. This yellow raincoat has been tied around me, dear, since the day we met, and I haven't worn it yet. If you were a time of day, I'd know you forever at sundown. When everything is red and golden, wearing my best dress, I'm holding my breath in a field of 1,000 sunflowers. Oh, honey, you are golden, golden, golden. You are golden hour, golden, golden. You are golden hour. Well, maybe every fool believes it, and maybe I'm a fool for you. Oh, maybe every fool believes, but I know it. You are golden, golden. When everything is red and gold, wearing my best dress, I'm frozen with you in a field of 1,000 sunflowers. Oh, honey, you are golden, golden, golden. You are golden hour, golden, golden. You are golden hour. Golden, golden, golden hour, golden, golden. You are golden.
Thank you. Recently, I've been discovering, this one didn't start with 2 years ago. Recently, I've been discovering some new to me artists who are making me wonder where I've been all my life, because I'm just now discovering them. And this song is by one of those. This is a Jim Croce song.
Lazy days in mid-July, country Sunday mornings, dusty haze on summer highways, sweet magnolias calling. But now and then I find myself thinking of the days when we were walking in the Alabama rain. Driving movies Friday nights, singing songs and laughing. Somehow things were always right. I just don't know what happened. 'Cause now and then I find myself thinking of the days when we were walking in the Alabama rain. We were only kids, but then I've never heard it said that kids can't fall in love and feel the same. I can still remember the first time you told me you loved me on a dusty mid-July country summer's evening. The weeping willow sang its lullaby and shared our secret. 'Cause now and then I find myself thinking of the days when we were walking in the Alabama rain. Now and then I find myself thinking of the days when we were walking in the Alabama rain. We were walking in the Alabama rain.
Thank you. Another one of these new to me artists is Kate Wolf. She wrote some very beautiful, sweet songs. And I have a couple of her songs for you.
The trumpet vine grew in the kitchen window and bloomed bright orange on the wall. You came in the morning light holding a guitar as the first summer rain began to fall. Like the gentle raindrops, your words fell in the air, making things so clear as we quietly sat there. It reminded me of other times you would come before and brought a song or just walked in through the kitchen door. Now it seems the truest words I ever heard from you were said at kitchen tables we have known. 'Cause somehow in that warm room with coffee on the stove, our hearts were really most at home. Sitting at a table looking hard at you, catching up on stories of the things we tried to do. It seems we really said the most when we didn't talk at all, and let the song speak for us like sunlight on the wall. Now as we come and go in sunshine and in rain, some things are seen more clearly than the rest. And if it weren't for kitchen songs and mornings spent with friends, we all might lose the things we love the best. I can see you sitting there beneath the trumpet vine, sunlight through the window in the kitchen in my mind. You came when you were needed. I could not ask for more than to turn and find you walking through the kitchen door. You came when you were needed. I could not ask for more than to turn and find you walking through the kitchen door.
Thank you. Well, I have a couple more songs for you. This one being a Kate Wolf song as promised. Thank you again for coming out here tonight. You certainly made my evening getting to sing for you. And thank you so much to the 2A Street Coffee House team, Joel and Jennifer and Debbie and Christine and Randy.
Every night we light the candle that stands beside our bed. But sometimes the flame's too much to handle. That's what you said. It's what you said. And you should know. Because you built a fire in me and you made it burn. You followed me, watching every move, matching every turn. Your green eyes, they don't miss a thing. They hold me like the sun going down, and warm me like a fire in the night without a sound. You were waiting till I heard, just as patient as that love light in your eyes. You never threw away a word or ever talked in a disguise. I ought to know you were a beacon to a sailor lost at sea. I saw it in your eyes when you looked at me so openly. Your green eyes, they don't miss a thing. They hold me like the sun going down, and warm me like a fire in the night without a sound. First time I ever saw your laughter break loose inside and tumble out to me, my heart knew it had found what it was after, and it came so easily. We ought to know, after all the years of the hard and lonely times, now our days go by like best friend storylines, yours and mine. Your green eyes, they don't miss a thing. They hold me like the sun going down, warm me like a fire in the night without a sound. without a sound. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, we've reached the final song. I better make it a good one. This is a song especially for each of you tonight. This is Red-Winged Blackbird. A white dividing line separates his world from mine. I rarely think of him until I am lost along the drive. Fence posts going by disappear at 65. Through the green, the blue, the gray and brown, always near the marshland with cattails all around. Hours go by watching shadows as they weave, and then suddenly a blackbird flies, wearing his heart upon his sleeve. Oh, I can breathe. You took me by surprise. La da 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 da, la da 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 da. I run the lines and check the tone, settle in once more alone. Begin to play and then I find all the chairs and tables bring to mind the split rails going by, and I'm held within the rhyme. Painted colors of the road and of the room, echoing each other. Oh, that's when I see you, there in your hands, in a smile or in your tears. Suddenly a blackbird flies, wearing your heart upon your sleeve. Oh, I can't breathe. You took me by surprise. La da 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 da, la da 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 da. La da 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 da, la da 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 da. The red-winged blackbirds fly, wearing your heart upon your sleeve. Oh, I can't breathe. You took me by surprise. La da 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 da, la da 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 da. La da 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 da, la da 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 da. The red wings fly. Thank you very much. You've been wonderful.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Brittany Jean. We've enjoyed this wonderful evening of music, but nobody gets out of the coffee house without an encore. Do you happen to maybe have one more song you can play for us?
I might.
Yeah, you might. Wonderful. All right, let's hear it for Brittany Jean.
Thank you. Well, while I retune this, I do have a very important question. And that is, would you rather hear Both Sides Now or Big Yellow Taxi? Both Sides Now. Both. Linda Ronstadt. Okay. That was clever. That was sneaky. I could sing them both if you want them both. A medley. Ooh. I like the way you guys think. One last one. Can you sing along? Absolutely. I want to hear harmony. I want to hear. I'm getting in deep. Just do both sides now. I will. Well, that's probably a good idea because I only know one of these songs. You get to guess which one I know.
Rows and flows of angel hair and ice cream castles in the air and feathered canyons everywhere. I've looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun. They rain and snow on everyone. So many things I would have done, but clouds got in my way. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's clouds illusions I recall. I really don't know clouds at all. Moons and Junes and Ferris wheels, the dizzy dancing way you feel as every fairy tale comes real. I've looked at love that way, but now it's just another show. You leave 'em laughing when you go, and if you care, don't let them know. Don't give yourself away. I've looked at love from both sides now, from give and take, and still somehow it's love's illusions I recall. I really don't know love at all. Tears and fears and feeling proud to say I love you right out loud. Dreams and schemes and circus crowds. I've looked at life that way, but now old friends are acting strange. They shake their heads and say I've changed. Well, something's lost, but something's gained in living every day. I looked at life from both sides now, from win or lose, and still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life at all. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's clouds illusions I recall. I really don't know clouds at all. Thank you. Thank you very much. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot with a pink hotel, a boutique, and a swinging high spot. Don't it always seem to go? You don't know what you got till it's gone. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. They took all the trees and put them in the tree museum. And they charge the people $1.50 just to see 'em. Don't it always seem to go? You don't know what you got till it's gone. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. A farmer, put away the DDT now. Give me spots on my apples, but leave me the birds and the bees. Please, don't it always seem to go? You don't know what you got till it's gone. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. Late last night, I heard the screen door slam, and a big yellow taxi took away my old man. Don't it always seem to go? You don't know what you got till it's gone. You paved paradise, put up a parking lot. Bop, 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 ooh, bop, 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 bop. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot.
You all have been wonderful. Thank you very, very much.
Can I tell you something? You're better than Jim Kelly.
I can retire. Thank you.
I mean, you know, she covered winter so much.